Welcome to the Artist Sessions. Tonight's episode combines a virtual opening reception for Eunkyo Kim's first solo exhibition, The Inner World, with a studio tour so she can tell us about some of the paintings in the exhibition. I'm Janice Cotter, Gallery Manager at Pomo Arts. Thank you for joining us on this digital journey as we move all of our exhibitions, gallery activities, and classes online. At our opening receptions, we always take a moment to express our gratitude to some of the people who make Pomo Arts such a wonderful place. First, our volunteers. We may be closed, but we have some amazing volunteers, including our volunteer board of directors who continue to work so hard behind the scenes. Many thanks to President Kathy Chenna, Vice President Laura Dick, Treasurer Jennifer Johnson, Secretary Kelsey Dagger, and directors Anna Legrely and Robert Simons. And a heartfelt thanks to our Community Advisory Committee, Jillian McMillan, Jill Schuler, Valerie Simons, and Fred Sufi. We would also like to acknowledge the financial support of the Province of British Columbia and the City of Port Moody. It's been a busy week at Pomo Arts. On Monday, registration opened for our online classes, and you can find out more on our website at pomoarts.ca. Plus, Eunkyo Kim's exhibition, originally planned as a gallery installation, is now our first completely digital show. I hope you'll have a chance to view on the gallery page of our website. The digital gallery includes details about the artist, her artwork, and her inspirations. Eunkyo also has a profile page on our new artist directory. The directory is available for artists to create a page if they are Pomo Arts members or exhibiting artists. The Inner World, Eunkyo's exhibition. Forest walks in the Sea to Sky area have been the source of inspiration for many of Eunkyo Kim's paintings. When she looks into a forest or a garden in bloom, Eunkyo sees more than what is growing. Her mind slips into a contemplative state. Her imagination takes over, and she begins a journey of self-discovery in the inner world that fuels her creativity. Her works in oil have a mystical, dreamlike quality and reflect a spiritual connection beyond the limits of material experience. A bit about Eunkyo. She is a painter and an illustrator living in the Tri-Cities area of Metro Vancouver. She spent her artistic career in Canada, blending disciplined study with a West Coast nuance. She has been an illustrator and designer in South Korea and Canada, but her passion for painting now has her mainly working in oils in her Braid Street studio in New West. Eunkyo also enjoys live painting challenges. She's in the past few years, she's participated in Art Masters by Art Vancouver and sketch-offs at Surrey Art Gallery. Please welcome Eunkyo Kim. Let's just change it to a different view. Sorry, Eunkyo. Hold on. Oh, stop. Okay, sorry, I missed a thing. Sorry, Eunkyo. My apologies for that. Welcome, Eunkyo. I'm so glad that you're able to be here and to take part in your opening reception from your studio. We're really happy to have you here. Thanks.
Hi, I hope everyone is doing well with the current pandemic situation. Thanks to family and friends who encouraged me and supported me and inspired me to do this virtual show. And whoever is watching this video now, I want to say thank you to all. And also, I would like to thank you, Janice, to give me this opportunity and put together a beautiful digital gallery together. Um, your hard work and support is very much appreciated. Thank you. So this is like my paintings reflects my interest in spirituality and mythology and psychology. And this is part of my fun and healing journey of understanding myself and personal growth. And these paintings of the inner world is created by welcoming inspirations when it finds me and go on a fun ride with it. And then my thoughts and experiences join the ride to add interesting details and stories to it. So the whole idea of practice this way is to let myself surrender to inspirations, and in results, the process of creating artwork is more fun and interesting to me, and rather than difficult and more serious. So I have installed a few of the paintings for the show on the wall, and I'm going to take you for a tour and interpreting my paintings for you. So first painting is healing. Um, this is inspired by the when I first aware of there's more to to visual word. So awareness of visual energy around me. So after long meditation retreat a couple of years ago, I felt this energy around me, and that was an awakening moment for me. So I had to paint that. Okay.
Okay.
And
keep going.
pardon?
Oh, I just said keep going.
Okay. So this is a creek. It's called creek, and then it started from the idea of freely flowing water and nature's cycle. So, and if I explain some more little details of the painting, such as the bears are sitting in a hot spring. Um, I love exploring new hot springs in BC. I find it's very um, fascinating and beautiful. So one day I wanted to discover this place called Keyhole Hot Spring in Squamish area, and I don't know, it was near Pemberton. And so I did a quick research to find this place, and I find out that it's closed to public. And then if you go enter the trails or hot spring, there's a fine, $1,000 a fine, because the people need food on the site, and then bears will like like harass people to give up their backpacks, and so the mama bear and baby bear took over the hot spring. So I couldn't go, and until this day I couldn't go. So someday I want to go. So I added a little detail there, and move on to little deer and salmon here. Uh, Sometimes human building dams, and sometimes the human modified nature adds stuff to it, and then it stops from animals to cross little creatures like deer, or so it stops from their freedom, and also it kind of stops salmon to come back home. So I find that that's a little bit kind of against the nature cycle. So I add those details because of that. Move on to Mermaid. This painting was more of an intuitive sketch I did. It came out really naturally. So later I interpreted it as the ocean as a deep unconscious. She is listening to the shell represents the voice of wisdom, voice of Buddha, or sound of Dharma. So she is listening to voice of wisdom to revealing herself, discovering herself, and so also self-healing. We'll move on to Rose Garden. Okay, so her face is a spirit of like a bundle of roses in the garden, and first sketch the little details of a cat, and little spirits are not there before, but it came out while I was painting. I sort of imagined it and see it on the painting, so I added to it, and later I find cats are always kind of running around the garden and looking for things, and looking there. So I think that's where it comes from. And here's a emerald. This is a series of a few of the paintings I do with the little window looking. It's a little bit of like a portal to me of happiness, like my favorite things. So when I paint these things, it's about my desire and my favorite things, and makes me happy. So this is a blue emerald green ocean, clear ocean with the berries, and friendly cat and mouse are peacefully together. So that's a kind of ideal situation for me. Okay, last piece is Transcendence. It is also another piece that I kind of inspired by during a walk from Squamish area. And at the time I was taking a walk and then took a picture of this beautiful autumn leaves. It was yellow and it was brown, it was beautiful colors, and I kind of imagined butterfly flying away. So I took lots of photos, and later I created this, and then I kind of interpret it as my current situation. Like I want to freely want to fly, or like let things go flow, and a little pig. I always imagine little pigs and animals when I see the clouds. So I always add a little detail to it. So I guess that's it. It's pretty short, but I hope you enjoy that.
Well, thank you, Eunkyo. Now, I know that there's a lot of work that goes into your pieces.
Yes.
How long would it take, for example, Creek to complete it? Because they're all in oil.
Yeah, I didn't measure it. I didn't really count the time, but it took me a long time, really, because I like to make things a little bit realistic, even though it's a really surreal art form. So it did took me, because I had to find some references to make a study. So it did take me quite a while. So I don't know, I can't really say how long it took, but it did took quite a while.
We have a question from Dakota Faye, and
okay.
she is asking, or they are asking, they're saying,
Yeah.
thank you for sharing your art with the world, Unky. Question, do you have any dream projects?
Yes, I have I did one painting. It's a blue cat painting. It's a huge cat painting I showed at the Art Vancouver once. And I do sketch of, like, I have a secret journal of, like, journaling my dreams and then little sketches to remember. So, and then when it's like a really strong image, I do draw multiple times and paint it. So I do. It's a part of it's a part of my process, I think.
Yeah, no, that's good. Now, Rose Cap commented on Mermaid. She said she loves the format of Mermaid, long and narrow. It emphasizes the depth of the water.
Thank you.
And I think you had talked about Mermaid when we had a conversation about it. You had talked about that Mermaid was like the unconscious mind rising to the surface.
Yeah, so this one was like, it came to me very kind of freely, the study of it. So I later, looking at it and interpret it, sometimes I do research to it, what's the actual symbolism to it, and then I feel like it's a yes, it is she's in deep conscious, and then generally the ocean water is deep unconscious. So it's like kind of unknown word that you are in this unknown world, and she is meditating through wisdom. So the shell, like later I found out, it's in Tibetan Buddhism. It's actually in Buddhism. It's a voice of Buddha, the shell. So I thought, I kind of mindlessly put that on there, but I feel like, I think I like that interpreting. Yeah, suits that painting. So yeah, she's more like working herself to find out about herself, and meditating.
Monica Moscaso.
Yeah.
And I know her. She's been in a show here before. She said your imaginary is the influence of a specific artist. Is your imaginary, are you influenced by a specific artist when you're imagining these things?
I think a lot of ideas are more from psychology, and the style is like it's probably inspired by a lot of multiple different things. I think the style is more of, like, I think it's from childhood, watching animation and all that stuff. Also, kind of, I can totally see it. And there is a few artists I really admire. Mike Ryden is one of my favorite artists, and The style of it, I think I do inspired by a lot of the pop surrealist artists, but the process of it, I think it's more psychology authors, like psychologists like Carl Jung and Freud.
Yes, you've quoted Carl Jung a few times
Yeah.
when in our conversations, and we
Yeah.
included a couple of quotes, at least two of his quotes, in
Yeah.
the digital gallery on the website.
Yeah.
So, and I know he's had a big influence on your thinking and how you're looking at things through his words.
Yeah, I think it kind of helped me enjoy the process more, because I kind of let myself go into it instead of thinking too much or thinking about like what others think of me, or thinking of, oh, I have to create something certain at certain degree. So it kind of free me to just just go for it. So yeah, it
Yeah.
really helped me.
Yeah, no, that's good. Now I know that when we first discovered, when Pomo Arts first discovered we were going to have to close down, and
Yeah.
we had to cancel our exhibitions. It
Yeah.
was a big blow because we had been planning your exhibition for
I know.
so long, and you'd been working so hard on the paintings. We touched
Yeah.
base on it quite a lot, and
Yeah.
I know how disappointed you were. So I
Yeah.
have to say thank you so much for agreeing to be part of our first truly digital gallery exhibition and artist tour like this. And do you want to talk a little bit about it? Because I know it affected you. Were still working on pieces when we discovered we were going to have to cancel the in-person show. And we didn't know what was going to happen at that time. And I know it had a big effect on you.
Yeah, because it's my first exhibition, and I started to paint like more seriously about 4 years ago, and this was my first show ever since then, my first solo show. So I was really excited, and I kind of planned my whole schedule, and then like I kind of slowed down on my day job even to paint, and then this happened, and then I just felt like I didn't know what to do next. But yeah, I think it's been great. It was new experience, learning curve with you, Janice, going back and forth with emails. It's really totally new way of doing things, and I think I learned a lot. And yeah, like it was. I hope someday I can do another exhibition, like solo exhibition, that is more gallery at the gallery. But this is also great. Yeah, it was really nice. Thank you, Janice.
Well, yes, and in-person gallery exhibitions, who knows when that'll happen, you know,
Yeah.
things are, we have no answer to that.
Yeah.
Now, Rose Cap asked, are you a full-time artist? But Dominic responded that she is a mom and a full-time artist, especially at this time. So
yes, right now.
yeah,
I do have a day job like a lot of other people, other artists, fellow artists, just because of the more stable that way. Also because I'm a mother, so yeah, that's my choice. And I think right now I am, I guess, full-time painted for last month.
yeah.
But yeah, but someday maybe it is my goal to become a full-time artist.
Now we don't have an image of it right in front of you, but you worked on the piece Pandemic, Aurora Pandemic.
Yeah.
And I wondered if you wanted to comment on that. Actually, that one and home, and I can pull up, they're in the digital exhibition. They weren't on this list that we were talking about tonight, but I can still bring up images of them and show people, give a quick peek at them if you're interested in speaking to those pieces.
Yeah. I think it's a kind of same sense as emerald. It's a, well, the home especially, it's a bear. I think it's bear or monster. I don't know. It's like
well, no, I haven't. Let me grab that picture first,
okay.
and we can go from there. Sorry, I just have to find it here because it's actually there's history and humor. I really like home. I think it's a fun one, especially actually both of them, Aurora Pandemic and I'm thinking of Window, not Home. Window.
Oh, okay.
Window. Home is, I love home too, but Window is so sweet.
Okay.
Let me just see if I can share this on the to get it back up and share this screen. So we'll go to Window and you'll talk about that one.
Okay. I guess the Window Pandemic is after what we discussed. You know, the exhibition is canceled, and you know, so I did lots of drawings, and so that's Window, and this is like inspired by. I really liked that type of painting back in 18th century. Scholars, I don't know how you call it in English, Janice.
It was called Scholars' Accoutrements.
Yes, we call it differently, but anyway, this is like a scholars, their desires, and it's like beautiful flowers and pottery and books. Their desires fit into a little bookshelf, or like I find it's very interesting. Anyway, I wanted to fill it up with my desires during this pandemic. So I don't know if I see the first left one, it has some magic potion bottle, which we all need. And also that's toilet paper, of course. I did have some difficulty finding toilet paper recently. So it's one of the necessary in this time to have a couple extra ones. And yeah, there's the books that I've been reading a lot about. This is like actually that Chinese character is called Four Pillar astrology book that I've been reading, learning about the life and
yeah,
and the room and door is more. It's inspired. It says a little cake and a little text says "Eat me." It's a Alice in Wonderland. The door, you eat the cake and you become small, and then you can go through the door and then have adventure. Go out, out the door, or in.
or in.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to switch now and get Aurora Pandemic up. Now I have, who was it? Abra Inkster, who said she really feels like she got a peek into the mental space behind your process. And she also said, before you go, can you do a close-up recap on each piece and their titles?
Oh, okay.
So we can do that. And that information is also on your digital gallery on the Pomo Arts website on the gallery page. Yeah. And she said she bought like 10 of the Aurora Pandemic mugs and their
I
favorite
know.
go-to
She did.
gift that people are loving. So I am going to see if I can get Aurora Pandemic up here so people can get a look at that. Now, today we posted the video of Aurora Pandemic. You had done a video as you were making it, just a little time lapse.
Yes.
So we posted the picture of a detail of the picture of Aurora Pandemic and the time lapse video of you doing it on our Instagram and Facebook. So, and it's also embedded in your digital gallery too, if people want to look at the video.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want to? I know there's a story behind this.
Yeah. So it was like, I think it's probably a couple days in after I lost my day job and we were locked in, like we were isolating or social distancing, whatever that is. And then it was spring break or after spring break, I'm not sure, but we started to make these scrunchies on the my daughter always wanted to make. So we just had lots of scraps of fabric. So we made about 10 scrunchies, and we did watch Netflixes and like making masks. So it is like a whole. So it just came out with the experience, this drawing, and then like I think it summarized the situation.
Well, it's kind of, it's interesting because I noticed that a few of the new pieces that have been added in the last little while did reference the pandemic.
Yeah. So those ones are created after this pandemic announced.
Right.
Yeah.
So now I've got home. And I mean, this one also seems to have that cozying up and the way everybody is kind of just taking life one day at a time and just cozying up at home with their nice little blanket and and a candle. And so this one kind of struck me, but I love the fact that here's this cute cozy bear, and then you told me your story about a bear.
Yeah. Well, I didn't grow up in the forest or like in the nature so much. The South Korea is pretty much city everywhere. I never seen bear really other than zoo. So like thinking of you can stumble upon a bear, it's just really horrifying. I guess it's another comforting desire piece that I want to bear to. Well, bear is really cute actually. So like when they're sleeping. So
yes, not when they're swimming in the keyhole hot springs.
No, they're cute when they're doing that, but just like I don't want to be there, right? So
that's true. That's true. I'm going to stop this. So how long have you been at Braid Studios now?
It's been a year because I moved in last May.
Mm-hmm.
So I was looking for a new studio because I moved to the Tri-City area a couple of years ago, and I felt like I wanted to have a space where I can go and then just start painting right away. Or so it's been a year and it's been really great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so this is the first time you've had an opportunity to have a separate studio outside of your home in the Tri-City area?
No, 2016 I had a studio in commercial area, the main what do you call that? Commercial drive area.
Mm-hmm.
So I did participate in East Side Culture Crawl, and I started there. So and then I didn't have a studio for about a year, and then I moved here. So this is my second studio.
Holly Butcher has commented on the window, saying that it's an awesome piece. She loves the toilet paper and the cat.
Actually, Holly bought the my dream cat. It's a cat. Yeah.
So she knows that you have a thing for cats.
I think so.
Well, that's good. So now I know that artists are always planning ahead because they're preparing work for markets and shows. And were there things that were affected or canceled other than this exhibition being juggled around? Have other things been moved, juggled, canceled, gone online since?
There was an artist talk with the Surrey Art Gallery. It was planned on April 2nd, and then it's been canceled, but then it moved to 7th of April. So I will do a live, but I will make a video and then they're gonna go live on Facebook too. So it's gonna be another thing that when virtual.
Oh, good. Oh, yeah. That's great. Now, you had said, I know you do the art competitions, and said you have another one coming up.
Yeah, that was also canceled because of this pandemic. And then it's also by Surrey Art Gallery. It's called it's paint off, mixed media paint off. So I'm gonna pick up materials and then start. I think it's not live thing, but it's more of posting on social media and posting the process of it. So I'm excited for that, and it's happening.
And it's always nice to have something happening in the future, going on, coming up.
Yeah, true.
Isabella Chong has posted, then she's asked, how do you brainstorm ideas for your art, number one, and what triggers your inspiration usually?
I think it just comes randomly. It comes always really. I don't think I think the whole idea is like try to let inspiration to come, but to show up to kind of welcome the inspiration. So making notes, I think making notes, writing down, journaling, and taking pictures, I think it's really helpful. And you can revisit and you can shape the inspiration and you can add details. I think that's how my process looks like usually.
Okay. And sorry, I'll go back, and it said, what triggers your inspiration? Now, we did have a little bit of a conversation about that, sort of your seeing things in nature, looking past what's there. Do you want to continue and speak on that?
Yeah, I think I find maybe if I see something in something, and maybe beauty, for example, if I see a beauty in something, like then I start imagining sometimes. And I think, I guess beauty, or when I'm interested in something, I think also walks in the nature. Just doing interesting things or like favorite things that totally inspires me. And also just working and doing it just comes from everywhere. But I think the strong ones are mostly from natures and thinking about things like what's happening in the world. It really inspires me.
Yeah. It shows up in your work. It truly does. I'm so thankful that you agreed to this, because I know how difficult it can be to transition from having an in-gallery, on-the-wall exhibition to having something digital. But I really feel that it's it's going well, and it seems that it's going to be the next best thing. Well, for now, in this situation. Now, Abra did ask if we can do a close-up recap on each piece and their titles. Do you want to just
move the camera, or?
Well, I can either pull up the close-up images I've got, or you can take the camera with you and just show people a close-up and tell them what it is. That might be kind of fun.
Yeah, okay. Here goes. This one is healing.
And you can let people know if they're for sale or not for sale.
Oh, this one is for sale.
Okay.
It's a framed. Okay, next one is the creek. It's a little humans and bear. Let's see, deer. Little deer and okay. So there. This one is also for sale. And mermaid. This one is sold, not for sale. But yeah.
And it's a 12 by 48.
Yeah, that's a 12 by 48, and this is 36 by 48. And 12 by 12 is the emerald. It's available for purchase.
Now that's the one that you said to me that it's magical because you've got a window on a wall that you might normally, you're looking out a window where there is no window. And that was a magical feature of that one.
Yes. So the place that I want to go and I just want to reach to anytime. This one is also available. It's a rose garden. And
it is, rose garden is 20 by 24.
Yes.
Oil, and it's oil on a birchwood panel.
Yeah. And little cat. Another cat, and it's me sleeping, but
there's no pigs in that one.
Yeah. And this is Transcendence. This is most, I think, most recent one, I think, in oil paintings, but yeah, this one is available. It's 18 by, is it 36? 36 probably?
Yeah.
18 by 36, yeah. So little details and pig.
Yes, and when I asked you about the pig,
yeah,
you said you see pigs everywhere. I said flying pigs, and you said, well, sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I see a lot of creatures and animals usually. And
yes.
Yeah, usually, and it's quite entertaining. Just looking at the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's also another inspiration.
Now, did you have anything else that you wanted to comment on or talk about, or?
I can't think of it right now, but I do appreciate so much of all this. Like, this is all new, and then thank you for thanks again to put this together, Janice.
Well, thank you. It's going to be a mutual admiration party here, Eunkyo. I would toast you. You should have had a glass of wine with you because it's your opening reception. I hope everybody has toasted Eunkyo, and even though you're not here, that you're saying cheers to Unkiyo.
Yeah.
Oh,
I want to add like
no, sorry, I'm just looking at some of the comments, and
okay.
Abra said Transcendence is my favorite. And then she said, I really love the people on the bar patio that you posted on Facebook. I think that was today, wasn't it? Yeah, and she says, it makes me nostalgic for times before the pandemic. Isn't that true? We could all use going up, sitting on a patio on a sunny evening with a glass of wine. And then
perfect patio.
Got a glass of wine in my hand right now. So Abra is toasting you. There you go. Trevor says it's awesome idea to do this online. And Tracy Costicue said, thank you for sharing your space and your art with us, Unki. And I know that Tracy is a studio mate of yours.
Yes.
Yes. Wow.
Yes. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much to everyone for being over with us. And it's just been a real treat. This is completely new to us. And I have to say, even though this is the third, more or less, episode of the artist sessions, it's the first one I've done on my own without having someone else running the technical side. So any little slip-ups were entirely my fault. And there were a couple of things that, so you ended up being the first one, and I'm learning.
You did really well, I think, for first time too.
Thank you so much, Eunkyo, and I really appreciate you being here. And I've got to thank everyone who came out to see Eunkyo and to be part of this. It's just been a pleasure. I'm going to say goodbye to Eunkyo, and I'll get her to just stay on for a second longer. But I'm going to say goodbye to everyone. I'm just going to share a screen with our website about the artist sessions, and it's happening. It's a weekly event. Next week we have artist Jeff Wilson, and he'll be talking about some of the really incredible residencies he's done, and he's also going to be able to share some advice on applying for residencies and sourcing where you can find residencies. So I hope you will join us next week again at 7:15 after the cheers for frontline workers, and take part in another episode of the artist sessions. Thanks very much. Good night.
Thank you.